What's going on, Internet? Durlroz here, coming at you with another World of Warcraft video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Protection Warriors in 5.0.5. Now, I've done a lot of playing around and fidgeting with my Protection Warrior currently, regemming at least 10 times, reforging constantly, and just generally playing differently, because there's a lot of discussion on how to gem, how to reforge, and how to actually play the warrior. Mainly in terms of, are you using shield block or shield barrier the majority of the time. So this guide is just going to be from my personal findings, what is to be the best in terms of overall damage reduction. A lot of warriors and tanks actually are also looking at their damage output, but I try not to worry myself with that too much. I'm more about maximizing my damage reduction, as I feel that is the job of the tank. So jumping right into it here, we're going to take a look at the talents and glyphs first. Now, the setup I have here is what I'm using the majority of the time. However, there are a few things that I change now and then again with given situations and boss attempts. So, Second Wind, it's a passive, healing you for 3% per second if you're below 35% health. This is amazing. Now, at first, I was kind of skeptical. Am I really below 35% health that often? Am I going to get the healing out of this? And the answer is yes. Yes, yes, yes. You are going to get healing out of this. And just doing daily quests, for example, it's amazing. You can pull like retarded amount of mobs, and you just sit there. You know, just sit there at 35% health. No big deal. Don't have to pop any defensives, whatever. It's basically the same thing in raids. You get knocked down below 35%, boom, you back up. Get knocked down again, boom, you're back up. And if your healers are really on the ball, you're not going to be at 35% health for very long. You're maybe going to get a tick or two of this at most. Now the other talent that I'll use on this tier is Impending Victory. I love this talent at the start of mob. I still really like it, and sometimes I feel that I can get more healing with Impending Victory than I do get from Second Wind. But the difference here is it's just flat 10% whenever, which is good. It's on a 30-second cooldown. However, if your healers are really on the ball, as soon as you pop this, they also got a fat heal coming your way. So either you're getting the overhealing or they are getting overhealing. So really, it's kind of hit and miss with this talent. Sometimes it can be clutch, you get a great heal, and sometimes you heal and it was unnecessary. So just kind of use it to your own discretion. Now the 45 talent, mainly Disrupting Shout. Is really nice to get that second interrupts, especially if you're not using the gag order glyph. But for fights like Heroic Fang or Piercing Howl is a definite option there. Slow the ads on the shield phase, help out your DPS. Just amazing. 60 talent. Now I use Shockwave majority of the time. It's just Shockwave. It's just that talent that I feel Prot Warriors should have. Definitely take it for 5-mans. Nice AoE stun. Keep them all in place. Does good damage. The other option that people are using is Dragon's Roar, and this is mainly for DPS rather than anything else. It's on a 1-minute cooldown. It does slightly more damage than Shockwave, but realistically you can Shockwave twice for every, or 3 times rather, sorry, 3 Shockwaves for every 2 Dragon Roars. So if you're using Shockwave consistently, it probably will end up doing more damage in the long run. Anyway, your other option is Bladestorm, but Bladestorm, I don't know, you're a tank. I wouldn't be worrying too much about your damage, to be honest, unless your boss attempt is getting down to the wire. Then you should be nitpicking, but you're a tank. Let's worry about reducing damage, right? 75 talent here. I usually have Safeguard. It's nice to have Elegon, for example. You intervene your tank partner for switching taunts, give them a little bit of damage reduction. Really solid talent there. Other option that I'll maybe be using is Vigilance. Nice raid cooldown, single target raid cooldown rather. Just if somebody's taking damage they shouldn't be, plop it on them real quick and all is well. Now, Spell Reflect, I really hope that there is a fight later in MoP that we can use this as a raid cooldown. That would be amazing, but in the current tier there is not a fight you can use this, so don't even bother with that. Last talent, pretty solid pick of Avatar. The other options aren't really that great, so Avatar off the pole, establish your threat handedly and just take it from there. So kind of take this as you may, tweak it if you want, but this is generally what I'll be using. Now glyphs. Your minor glyphs here, use whatever, they're all cosmetic. You've got the blazing trail, the anger, burning anger, and the gushing wounds. But for your major glyphs, okay, I'm using the heavy repercussions for a little bit of more damage on the shield slams. Hold the line for the little more damage on the revengers. This is mainly the only damage increasing things, but these are also really the only protection oriented glyphs anyway. It's more about threat than anything, I guess. And then I've got this increased rage by 20, because more rage is always a good thing. You can stockpile it and just get 2 full shield barriers or 2 shield blocks with the full rage bar. It's really nice. 2 glyphs that I might rotate into this setup though would be Gag Order for another interrupt, or further down here, the Shield Wall. Get the increased damage reduction, but you also gain the increased cooldown, which is kind of a bummer. Actually, another option now that I'm thinking of it would be this Dispel on your shield slam. Now you have to glyph it, unlike Kata and Wrath where it just did it automatically, so that kind of sucks. But I haven't really found an a boss where this isn't required yet, so keep an eye on this glyph though. It might become useful later down the line. So that's the basic setup here. Now let's go over the gemming and reforging, just basic gear setup. So as of right now, I'm in some pretty decent gear. I'm the second best geared prot warrior on KT at this point. Second to prot warrior in a 25-man guild, so he's just getting way more loot than me regardless. And quite frankly, my luck with coins is just trash. I think I'm like 2 for 15 or something like that with the good fortune coins, so it's pretty shit. But anyway, so you can see here, block and all my chances are pretty good, and my mastery is high. So because the way I'm itemizing my gear right now is I'm doing the Kata build. Just mastery is your best fucking friend, okay? Just everything mastery. Dodge to mastery, expertise to mastery, hit to mastery. That already has mastery on it, and parry. Parry is your best friend too. With that, hold the line. Expertise to mastery, hit to mastery, just everything's mastery. And then second stat, itemizing parry, so this piece already has mastery and dodge, so I put the dodge into parry. Dodge into parry, just keep it like that, basically how we did it in Cataclysm. Now the gemming, again, just like Cataclysm, parry mastery, mastery, and let's see here, mastery stamina. That's how I'm doing it. Now, some other ways of gearing out your warrior would be gemming for stamina. So you're using flat stamina, mastery stamina, and parry stamina as your gems. I did this and it gained me 40k HP, so that's like half a hit from a boss maybe. So I would rather take the extra passive survivability than just being a little meteor. And this extra passive survivability that I'm talking about is when I'm gemming full mastery with my gear, and it will be different for yours, is about a 1.3% avoidance difference in just the gemming. So that's kind of a lot, to be honest, just in gems. So I'm going with this passive survivability. Now the reforges, I'm doing it mastery, parry, dodge. However, there are you need the hit cap and expertise cap, which I don't really agree with, to be honest. That is a lot about threat, and threat should be a non-issue right now. If threat is an issue for you, you're just not hitting your buttons and often enough, to be quite frank. So don't worry too much about hit and expertise. However, if you do want to go the hit and expertise route, one way of reforging I would suggest, and instead of just going straight hit and expertise, is you go mastery, hit, and expertise. So, for example, this ring here, unreforged, it's parry expertise. So what you would do here is reforge the parry into mastery and leave the expertise. Similarly to this piece, expertise parry, reforge the parry into expertise. Or with the shoulders here, parry into mastery, sorry. Said that for the chest. Parry into mastery. Just do that on all your pieces. Defensive stat into mastery, leave the hit and expertise. But then still, I would still suggest gemming mastery. I find that it is just the better overall damage reduction option. So, you know, you can take my word for it, or you can try it out yourself. Look at the World of Logs, compare to other people. Also, look at how your rage is being generated. When you use shield block and you crit block and attack, you're getting rage back. So I am not having rage issues right now with 2% hit and 2% expertise, and that's just fully reforged out of it and everything. So just kind of see how things are going for you. If you find that you're like rage starving, you're not able to keep up shield block or shield barrier, maybe go for some hit and expertise, but otherwise I think you should be fine. Now, I was asked a while ago, why go mastery? Like, isn't mastery total crap now? Now, it isn't for warriors as much. It's not as great as it was in Cataclysm, but it's still pretty amazing. But the difference is, instead of just mastery inflating your chance to block, so towards the end of Kata, I was up to like an 82% chance to block, and then I had like a 20% chance to crit block. Now that's kind of switched. Right now, you see here, I've got a 23.6 chance to block, yeah? But then on top of that, once I block, I have a 48% chance to crit block. Now raid buffed, this gets up to 50, 52-ish. So that's, 52% chance, whatever, 50% chance to crit block. That's pretty amazing. That is amazing. That is a lot of damage reduction, and especially when you're using shield block, you got a 100% chance to crit, not to crit block, but to normal block rather. That's pretty amazing. So you're blocking everything, and then you got a 50% chance to crit block everything that you're blocking. So that's pretty huge in damage reduction, to be honest. Something to think about. However, this whole vigilance thing not having a cap, you can see here I've got my vigilance up to like 0.5 mil. That was on Spirit Kings eating an annihilation. Shield barrier becomes pretty strong with that much vengeance. So, I like shield block. It's probably my favorite because it's overall damage reduction rather than just a flat absorption. However, shield barrier is definitely needed for magic damage. I use it a lot on Elegon, absorbing the breath, and On Will of the Emperor, you can absorb the gases and just absorb all this magic damage that you don't need to be taking, but then shield block everything else. Shield block is OP as anything on Will of the Emperor. Just lots and lots of damage reduction there. It is absolutely amazing. Or Blade Lord in Heart of Fear. Even the first boss, the Imperial, what's his name? It's great there too. But then you can shield barrier the exhales on that boss, first boss of Heart of Fear, that is. Garrulon, shield barrier is amazing. Just absorb all the damage from the furious swipes. Great there. But then the fourth boss, you know, we're one tanking it, so I'm doing tons of damage. I'm taking tons of damage. Shield block. Amazing there. Like, I don't know why I would use shield barrier there. I feel that would be super silly. So just kind of look at what kind of damage you're taking, how much vengeance you have, and pick one. Am I taking a lot of melee damage? Okay, shield block. I want to get a ton of crit blocks in here. Maximize my damage reduction. Am I taking magic damage? Okay, do I have a lot of vengeance to make this fat absorb from shield barrier? Use it. Do you have Forset? Get that extra 5% on shield barrier. That would be huge. Oh my god. I can't imagine the absorbs you'll be getting with that. Like, it'll be amazing. Now, moving on to general play of the warrior. You want to be keeping shield slam and revenge basically on cooldown. If you're interested in trying to maximize your damage, shield, shockwave on cooldown as much as possible. Use your free heroic strikes. You really shouldn't be using heroic strikes or cleave if you don't have a free one from Ultimatum. Thunderclap, great. Put up your deep wounds, your weakened blows, all that great stuff. With Mop, we were giving a lot of cooldowns. Last stand and rallying, no longer share a cooldown. So make sure you're using both of them. You have your 3 banners. You got your avatar if you spec'd into that. I'm using the Dark Moon trinket here, as you can see. I don't want to sit down. It's amazing. I don't particularly like the Shadow Pan one. I think dodge is a better bulk survivability skill than getting more mastery. Yeah, dodge better just in a raw burst. But then I have the Zelagon trinket with some more dodge. This is a really nice trinket, by the way. Get it as soon as possible. I wish I had gotten it sooner, to be honest. You Healthstone with 3 charges now. Make sure you're popping those. And here I've got the healing potions here, the 60k heal potions. Really nice to have. You can also use the armor ones, yeah, but I really like the healing ones because it's just another oh shit button, you know. Even though 60k isn't a lot and it's gonna disappear really quick, the armor potions is like, it's not even 1% survivability, so it's kind of like whatever, man. Make sure you're using your banners. Crit banner with avatar, maximize your damage. You can also, off the pull. Okay, off the pull, I'll either charge in, and I have heroic throw macroed in with my charge, by the way. So you either charge in or you heroic leap in. You avatar, you drop the crit banner, recklessness, and then get some rage so you can shattering throw. Just help your DPS maximize their damage, okay? Crit banner with shattering. Oh my god. Our Rep Paladin right now, he has his weapon. He doesn't have 2-set though, okay? Rep Paladin, no 2-set, just a weapon. He's pretty geared other than that. I swear, I kid you not, 300k burst at the start of the pull. It's ridiculous, and I have to intervene him sometimes just to reduce his threat. He's salving himself. It's ridiculous what kind of numbers this guy pulls out. So make sure you're using your cooldowns. Revenge and Shield Slam on cooldown. Threat really shouldn't be an issue. If it is an issue, I would say just hit your buttons more. just hit your buttons more, to be honest. Threat, I don't know. Just threat should not be an issue, even with so little hit and expertise. I really hate when people, like, they're looking me up and they're like, yo, Durlroz, why no hit and expertise? Don't you need that shit? I say, no, man. No, you don't. Just play better. You don't need it. Now, I also had a guy come to me. He's like, Durlroz, you really should gem hit and get some hit and expertise. Your up times on shield block and shield barrier are absolutely garbage. And I was like, man, what fight are you looking at here? And he goes, Elegon. And I just had the biggest face palm. And I was like, yeah, because I'm definitely keeping shield block or shield barrier up for when I'm not tanking the boss. I'm running away from the boss to reset my stacks. I'll be using it when I'm tanking the ad, yes. I'll be using it when I'm tanking the boss. Am I using it in the down phase? Hell no. That would just be a waste of rage. I'm stockpiling that crap. Or I'm using a ton of heroic strikes to kill as many orbs as possible. Like, why would you tell me my uptimes are crap for that fight? Like, duh. Look at my 60-70% uptimes on fucking Will of the Emperor. That's what's important. When you're just, there is no downtime other than the first 90 bloody seconds of the fight. That's so stupid. But look at the fight. See what's going on. Is there downtime? Is there transitions? And just don't worry about your buff uptimes. Just have a thing tracking, like I have here, demoralizing shout. I have it tracking, and I've got shield block and shield barrier too. It's right in front of my face. I can see if it's up. So if you have a bar there, goods to go. If there is no bar there, pop demoralizing shout or your trinket. And then once that trinket or cooldown is used up, then start using your rage again. That, just be mindful of what you have going on right now. You should always have something up, to be honest. Not necessarily last stand or shield wall, but you should always have a shield block, shield barrier, demoralizing shout, or the trinket. At least one unused trinket up. And like this cooldown, 1 minute, like it's already back up practically, and now like use the trinket. You know, it doesn't last as nearly as long, and I'm not tracking it because trinkets come and go, but just keep something up. That's all. You please don't gem hit and expertise. Okay? Just try it out. Or not gem, but don't reforge. Just hear me out, try it out, tell me how it's going. If it doesn't work for you, I'm terribly sorry, but it's working for me, and I'm loving the passive damage reduction that Mastery gives. I take this other prot warrior, okay, on KT. He's doing this Mastery and then hit and expertise junk. And on majority of the fights in Vaults and Heart of Fear at the moment, maybe they're doing a different strat, yes, that is a given. But I kid you not, I take somewhere between 4 to 7 million less damage than him on every single fight. That is so much healing, it is retarded. It is retarded. And that's just how I am playing the warrior and how I chose to set up my gear differently to his. So let's keep that in mind. Okay, and that will be different for you. That will be different for you. But try these things out. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but this is what I have found to work very well for myself. Anyways, kind of a ranty video. I hope I was able to give you guys some tips here. Warriors, just play it like kata. Make sure you're using your cooldowns. Do that shit up. Anyway, internet, until next time, game on and be cool.